Good evening. 10 times as many people as last year are seeking support from a charity which feeds homeless people. The group, Active Christians, looked after Kane Walker, who you may remember was found dead in freezing conditions on a street in Birmingham.
Well, with colder nights upon us again, they say their work is taking on more importance than ever. Wesley Smith is live at a hostel in Handsworth where food is being distributed tonight. And Wes, how alarmed are they by the rising calls for help?
Well, it's clearly something that no one wants to see. A delivery has just arrived. We've got cakes here, there's crisps, there's all sorts of different foods donated by local supermarkets and a cake shop, and the volunteers here are helping out the people who've come along for support tonight. It's not just in Birmingham where the charity is helping, but also across the region, including Wolverhampton and Dudley. But they need help too. We'll hear more about that in a moment. But first, a reminder of Kane's story, all the more poignant as the winter approaches. Few of us can begin to imagine what Kane Walker went through as a man homeless on the streets of Birmingham. His body was found on a freezing January night. He'd suffered a heart attack. A service was dedicated to Kane at St Chad's. He lived almost invisible to many in a desperate world, one surrounded by shoppers, business people, each preoccupied no doubt with their own concerns. Outreach workers knew him and offered what support they could. But it was only after his death that most people really stopped and took stock of his plight. A march was held to highlight the issue of homelessness in Britain's second city. But as warmer months come, the plight of people like Kane often slips under the radar. But the issue doesn't go away. Far from it. And tonight, the charity which did their best to look after Kane reports a tenfold increase in the number of people looking for help. And it's only early November.
So Wes, how are charity workers there preparing for this huge increase in demand for their help?
It's not an easy thing, of course. As Colin Rankin runs the charity here. How are you preparing for this influx?
Well, because of the increase in people who are living below the poverty line, here at Active Christians, we're just trying to do a little bit to help those who are in the hostels. We do outreach which is on the street, and some of those who are in the hostels now, we've served on the street and now in the hostels. And we're just trying to help and trying to get everyone out there to help the poor who are around the UK.
Do people always appreciate the difficulties that people have?
I think because we're such isolated communities now with with modern technology, we've lost that personal touch. And here at Active Christians, we just try to give that little piece of personal touch that Jesus did, going out there into the community, to build the community, to help these poor people.
Colin, thank you. I must briefly hear the testimony of a gentleman who doesn't want his face to be seen, but does want to share his story. So I know you have a disability and you live in difficult circumstances.
Yes. I have arthritis and sciatica in my back, right? I have diabetes, I have asthma, I have COPD. There's a lot of things with me. I have to monitor myself, I have to keep myself tidy.
But you have great support from the people here.
Well, the support is from Colin and his crew, right? Really, that's the only support I see, really. The support is, I've been living here 2 years, and they still can't find me a place to live.
Difficult times indeed.
Right?
Thank you very much, sir, for sharing your story with us.
The rats are in the place. There's rats and mice in the place, in the premises, and I shouldn't be living like this. How can people say England is mad nice, and I'm living in a rat-infested place? Come on.
Your message is going out there tonight across the central region. For now, we'll hand you back to the studio. There'll be further collections happening later this evening. But as you can see, feelings are running high as winter draws near.
Absolutely. Wes, thank you very much indeed.